Welcome back. Today we are going to see the rise and fall of famous companies part 2. Today we are going to discuss Abu's second company Nokia. Upward trend 1. The rise, from a small Finnish company to technology giant. Nokia started in 1865 in Finland, originally as a pulp and paper company. Over many decades, it moved into rubber, cables, electronics, and eventually telecommunications. The really important transformation happened in the 1980s and early 1990s, when Nokia increasingly focused on telecommunications and mobile phones. By the 1990s, Nokia was betting heavily on the idea that mobile phones would become a mass-market product. That bet turned out to be spectacularly correct. Crown 2. The Golden Age, 1998–2007. This was Nokia's peak. In 1998, Nokia became the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer, overtaking Motorola. Its phones became famous for being extremely durable, easy to use, reliable, affordable across different markets, supported by excellent battery life. Phones such as the Nokia 3210, 3310, 6600, 1100 and N95 became cultural icons. Trophy Nokia's dominance. At its peak, Nokia had an enormous global presence. The Nokia 1100, for example, eventually sold more than 250 million units, making it one of the best-selling consumer electronic products ever. And Nokia wasn't just selling phones, it had created an entire ecosystem around its Symbian operating system, services, games and developer community. By the mid-2000s, Nokia was essentially synonymous with mobile phone. High voltage 3. The warning sign, the smartphone revolution. Then came 2007. Apple introduced the iPhone. This changed what people expected from a phone. The competition was no longer primarily, who makes the best phone? It became, who makes the best pocket computer? Nokia was very strong at traditional mobile phones, but it was comparatively weak in touchscreen interfaces, app ecosystems and modern smartphone software. Nokia's Symbian platform increasingly felt outdated. Downward trend 4. The fall, 2008 to 2013. Nokia's decline wasn't caused by one single mistake. It was a combination of problems. Software. Nokia had excellent hardware, but its smartphone software struggled to compete with iOS and Android. Organization. The company became large and complex. Decision-making could be slow, and different parts of the organization didn't always move in the same direction. The iPhone. The iPhone demonstrated that consumers were willing to pay for a completely different smartphone experience. Android. Then Google's Android became the dominant alternative smartphone platform. Nokia initially continued betting heavily on its own software rather than quickly embracing Android. Collision 5. The Microsoft. In 2011, Nokia announced a major partnership with Microsoft. Nokia adopted Windows Phone as its primary smartphone platform. The resulting Lumia phones had some genuinely impressive hardware and cameras. But there was a fundamental problem. The Windows Phone ecosystem couldn't attract enough users and developers. Meanwhile, Android and iOS were becoming overwhelmingly dominant. In 2013, Microsoft announced that it would acquire Nokia's devices and services business. The deal was completed in 2014. And just like that, Nokia's era as a major phone manufacturer was essentially over. Anti-clockwise arrows 6. The reinvention. Here's the part many people forget. Nokia didn't disappear. Instead, it changed its identity. After selling its phone business, Nokia concentrated on telecommunications infrastructure. It acquired Alcatel-Lucent in 2016, significantly strengthening its networking business. Today, Nokia is much closer to companies like Ericsson and Huawei than to Apple or Samsung's consumer phone businesses. It works on things such as 5G networks, telecom infrastructure, fiber networks, cloud networking, network software, optical networking, research into future 6G technologies, telecommunications patents. Period Nokia 1865 to 1980s factory diversification and industrial growth. 1980s to 1990s cell phone enters and expands in mobile telecommunications. 1998 to 2007 Crown Golden Age, world's mobile phone leader. 2007 to 2010 warning iPhone and Android disrupt the market. 2011 handshake Microsoft, Windows Phone strategy. 2012-2013 downward trend major decline in smartphone market. 2014 collision phone business sold to Microsoft. 2015 present anti-clockwise arrows reinvention as networking, telecom company. Today globe major telecommunications infrastructure player. Bullseye the real lesson from Nokia. Nokia's story isn't simply, a great company became complacent and died. It's more interesting. Nokia correctly identified the mobile revolution before almost everyone else. Then it became so successful at the existing definition of a mobile phone that it struggled when the definition itself changed. That's the crucial distinction. Nokia didn't lose because people stopped wanting phones. Nokia lost because people started wanting a different kind of phone. And that's why Nokia is such a famous business school case study in disruption, innovation, organizational inertia and technological change.